Ready for this patty. I don't think you ready for this patty. I don't think you ready for this. Bitch niggas, man, coochie-licious. What up, what up, what up? Positive vibes, maybe. PVM talk show, live in New York. Once again, you know the vibes ain't shit changed. You know what I mean? Jeide 8-track, a full glizzy in my hand with all the servings. We gonna get to that too. How bitch niggas always try to make fucking food seem like it's some type of homoerotic activity when you just fucking put sustenance in your stomach. We gonna get to the shits and all that. How y'all living? What up? Okay, what up with you, ho? I done lost nothing in this shit. But before we get to the shits, let's send the invitations out. Put the topic in, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice topic. Let me see if I can spell it. You know what I mean? Part 2, by demand. We're gonna call part 2 of this MANCOOCHIE episode MANCOOCHILICIOUS. Are we going all the way in? Are we going all the way in? But don't even worry about it. It's going to still have the jokes, but we going to have some shit that we going to talk about, you dig? It's going to bring some light to the fact that, you know what I'm saying, just because you bitch niggas got pussies between y'all legs don't mean that there's not something y'all could do about it. Listen, y'all ain't even got to pay nothing. This is free 99 game, you feel me? Dash up in this song. Yeah, it is a little windy. It's cold as anything.
Yo, what's good with you?
That's what's going on. How you living?
I'm chilling. I'm real Gucci. Wait, is Miss Davis still joining us for today or no?
We gotta ask the young lady if she's joining us. We can have it. It's all love.
But how you chilling? How you doing today?
Oh, I'm chilling, baby. I got another glizzy I'm about to swallow. Glizzy!
Oh shit, you wild. Oh man.
David said, don't know how it's all good, love. We
I
got
can
the
see
team.
comments.
Sit back and enjoy the show because it's going to be a hell of a one.
See, I can't. You're gonna have to read the comments because I don't even got them up on mine. They're not even popping up.
It's all love.
He did his thing. So we had to do a part 2 to this topic, y'all, because I got a request from one of my friends after they watched the first live on Wednesday regarding this topic, and after my friend was watching the live, called me. Well, he didn't call me, but he voice recorded me. And he left me a voice recording dictating how, when he started the episode, he thought we was about to get into the shits. And how he was about to come at and dress these bitch niggas. And he was just like, upon starting the episode, Jeide just read him his rights and just made him feel almost less than a man because everything Jeide was saying about these guys, he was exhibiting the same behavior. So he was just like, yo, bro, I gotta do an episode where y'all addressing how y'all cannot be such coochie man, because I feel like your co-host was attacking me and I was just like, you know what, say less. We can do that. We can do an episode, you know, where we can provide the details of how you can be less, you know, if there's a way to be less. So with that said, you know, Jeide, as our resident coochie doctor, you know, you lead the floor.
I don't know what he said.
How you doing, love?
I got a penis and I'm proud of it. Doing the cartoons, they give you that long wing. They be like, "Wing." Miss Davis, how are you doing this lovely evening?
Right.
You guys are so funny.
But,
I'm good.
oh man.
So, first and foremost, just to address it to the homie, it wasn't attacking. Once again, I know it might have felt like it, the energy might have felt like it, but you know, it was more like gifting. You know what I mean? It's a lot of dismissive activity regarding nonsensical entertainment platforms and information platforms when it comes to people that got power, and there's not enough people that's holding them accountable, as opposed to just trying to attack them and shit. So, you know, I mean, I just decided to blend the worlds, you know what I'm saying? Because bitch niggas, they're rampant. They run rampant, you know what I'm saying? It's bitch niggas everywhere, you know what I mean? It's bitch niggas in your schools. It's bitch niggas that's Fortune 500 company leaders. It's bitch niggas that are custodians, you know what I mean? I was just, you know what I mean, dropping a little game and whatnot. But also, I want to also emphasize that the main thing about bitch niggaism, aka MANCOOCHILICIOUS, is it's the mind state. It's the mind state. It's young boy mind state. Honestly, it's young boy mind state. Like I started the live by eating hot dogs and saying that I was swallowing a glizzy, and that was for fun. But honestly, you got grown men out here, grown ass men. Hold on, let me say this again, because y'all don't hear me. Grown ass men afraid to eat bananas and hot dogs. What? What?
I've seen that though. And the banana eating, I will say, is a little wild depending on how you do it. Like, no, cause like no, I seen some people like draw with the banana eating like, cause all right, so I do work in food service to an extent even now, but you know, I have been okay. So I'm gonna share a quick story. I have been aroused because it has been situations before. No,
I'm sorry, Jenny face.
I'll tell you this story. You got me dying before I even tell the story. All right, so there was this one situation where a shorty like she seduced me, you know, by eating a banana, and you know she like started unpeeling it and like had the seductive look and stare to it, and like you know obviously she was swallowing the banana like she was swallowing the dick, you know, so I was just like aroused. So it just so happened that same day after I experienced it from the lady, probably like maybe not even a half hour later, I had a coworker who was in the back eating banana. And when I walked back there, my man was just like, oh, like almost making the same moves as the shorty. And he just all over like, yeah. And I was just like, oh, whoa. Now, that may be MANCOOCHILICIOUS, but at that moment, I was just like, whoa, flag on the flag. Like, at least break the banana in half or something. Like, you're giving the imagery too much, you know, like. So in that instance, I do feel like, you know, like, I exhibit MANCOOCHILICIOUS there, you know, like, so I'm with them there. Like, if you do too much visionary with the eating of the banana, you draw it, you know.
I dig it. I'm with Kia though. Kia said it's fruit. Just chew it. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. To your point, Dash, if it's a banana, if it's any type of phallus looking sustenance rather, and you over there, you know what I mean, you caressing it with your tongue, you letting it lather back and forth down the back of your throat, you know what I'm saying? That shit starting to tickle your uvula back there and shit, you know what I mean? It's doing a ring-a-ding-dong, like you just hit the jackpot back there and shit. You might be doing a bit too much. Yeah, I get it. But look, ain't no another motherfucker gonna tell me that I need to break a banana and have to enjoy it. I peel that bitch, I eat it with my mouth.
No, I'm
Because
gonna
that's
tell
how
you to break it in half. If you start,
I feel like nobody should be paying that much attention to how you eating it or what you eating. Who cares? Eat it how you want to eat it.
Cause I'm a looker, Miss Davis. You know, so when I'm in the restaurant, I'm looking around. You know, I'm enjoying the scene. And if I happen to look around, I just see you over there at the table with the banana, like I'm gonna be thrown off. Like,
So it's okay for a girl, but not for a guy.
yes, you know, it's double standards to this.
Mm.
I'm okay with that double standard.
Okay.
All right, so Dash, let me ask you a question then. Suppose you and a date of yours, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go out, y'all in New York, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the most popular foods while you out here. And she just wants to get a feel for the city, you know what I mean? She don't really got time for like the extra high life, Four Seasons, all that other bullshit, you know what I mean? She just wants to get a taste of the life and just be on some chill shit. Go to the park.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe a slice of pizza and a hot dog. You know what I mean? She heard about New York. She wanted to get it in as far as like, you know what I mean, the customs and things that the locals get down with. Or if it's not the locals, things that the tourists get down with. But for whatever reason, she just want to get down, slice of pizza, hot dog, couple drinks, and chill. You know what I mean? So you get the hot dogs, you get one for her. Are you going to not get one for yourself? Or
No, I'm still get one.
are you going to cover your mouth when you eating the glizzy?
No, but I'm also not making animated faces, you know, and giving the hot dog visionary. You know, I'm just eating a hot dog, like, you know, like I'm just biting and going. You know, like I ain't on the dog licking the bun. You know, like giving it like I'm not acting like I'm sucking the hot dog. I'm just biting the bitch. You know, and I'm just with the lady. You know, like I'm not in the front of a group of dudes going, you know, like, no, I ain't doing no that. Like, now, if you with your homies, you know, I feel like you should just eat it. I feel like, all right, hold on. I'm about to use the slice of pizza as my example, you know, because I feel like...
My nigga, all the way funky. If you do anything suspect with that slice of pizza, I don't care if you look like a phallus or not. I'm judging. I'm judging.
Dash, it's okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. Put it down. Put it down. We understand. We don't want to look at you different.
But no, I ain't about to do nothing crazy with it, but I'm about to show you how to eat a regular hot dog, but I'm about to use the pizza as the version how to do it, you know, when you with your homies, you know. Now just don't draw with it, like, but I mean, if you just with a girl or you on a date, you know, obviously you're not gonna do nothing. I mean, I would hope you wouldn't, you know, be so weird as to be covering up your face, because honestly that's just gonna bring more questions, like why you feel the need to cover up your face when you're eating. But like I just don't feel like you need to draw. Like people who feel like they need to be like sucking or making it seem like they're doing more to their food than just eating it, that's doing too much for me. Like, you know, especially when you're a man. You know, when you're a lady, you can get away with it. I don't care. You know, like that's just me. I don't care. Like a lady, she could get away with it. It's you know, she got that clout to get away with it. It's okay for a female, you know, like, and it's okay for babies too, you know, because if it's a kid, I don't mind. A grown ass man doing it, nah. Like,
Wait, hold on. So Kid said, "Fight hot dogs from the side." Thank you, Kid. I be damned. Hot dogs have been eaten for centuries and time immemorial. Like this. I'll be damned if a motherfucker tell me that I gotta eat it from the whiff. Like, I feel like that's more homo shit. If I just went and took that shit the way that it makes sense. If I'm going consciously to not eat it the way that I would look perceived to be eating it a certain type of way, I feel ironically I would be eating it in a way that'll make a person think, why is he eating that hot dog like that?
Yeah, eat it regular. I'm not saying don't eat it regular. I'm just saying don't make all the extra faces, you know, like don't sell it like you sucking a dick. Like I don't want
like the hot dog. What if it was a delicious hot dog, Dash?
What is hot dog that damn delicious, Jeide? Like ain't no hot dog that damn delicious. Like just eat the bitch and go. Like you don't gotta make love to it. Like just eat it. Like if I see you over there, you know, savoring the dog, like I'm gonna have issues and I'm gonna break them up. Like, nah, you don't agree, Miss Davis? That just me. That's just me. You know, like that's just me. Like I can't see no grown man, you know, savoring sucking on a dog. You know, like that just.
Well, I've never experienced seeing a man eat a hot dog any other way besides like you eat it regular. And I wouldn't think anything of it if you fucking up your hot dog. Because if I'm gonna fuck my hot dog up.
Yeah, I'm
And
fucking it
don't
up.
look at me. And if you say something behind me, my hot dog, I'm gonna cut your ass out and keep fucking up my hot dog. Like, mind your damn business. I'm eating. And some people cover their mouth because they eat like dogs, which is nasty. But some people eat crazy. You know, so if you covering, I think you're being respectful if you're covering your mouth in front of me eating. You know, like I don't want her to see me spitting. Or, people eat weird.
Okay.
Some people.
That's true. That's true.
So,
some people do. I'm still gonna
but
look
if
at
you,
you
but
weird,
if you eat,
yeah.
I mean, I guess if you, it depends on the comfortability too. Like when you and Jeide out somewhere and y'all acting crazy eating, I'm gonna cut y'all out. You know, but it depends on the person. You know, like seriously, you gotta feel comfortable. Like you walking back there and seeing somebody doing whatever he doing with the hot dog. Was he gay?
I'm not sure, but you know, like it was definitely, it gave off definitely gay imagery, you know, like if he wasn't. But I don't get into people's sexual orientations like that, you know, like if you are, you are, you know, like
I know.
I draw the line where I'm at, so you know where I'm at, you know.
Right on. You know what I mean? Like, a nigga gotta do something wild for me, man. Nigga gotta take the hot dog outside of the bun, put the whole shit in the mouth, and then suck all the condiments off before I go, oh, you wildin'.
Oh, no, I seen that before from a guy. Like, yeah.
Well, those probably conscious. They probably consciously did that to fuck with whoever was looking. People do want people to pay attention to them. Because there ain't no fucking reason. First of all, you contaminating the dog. By pulling it out of the bun, just to go, oh, yeah, you contaminating the dog. Like, you're doing too much, bro. Like, I know what's up. You want attention. You want to go viral. You doing it for the gram. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
I don't know. I seen it on a few different occasions from guys. Like,
I need you to not go around those people or areas no more.
I couldn't help it. I was at work. You know, like yeah, like
jeez.
It's just part of the environment. Like that's why I say, like because I worked in the food industry so long. When I do go out to eat, you know, like it's just certain things on my mind that just keep standing out. Like when I go out, like I'm noticing how the waitress is moving, how the bartender is, how the decor looks, how the food is presented, you know, how the customers are, you know.
Well, you're a chef, so I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So like when I'm there, I'm paying attention to all the customers. So like I kind of start paying attention to how people eating and everything. And when I start seeing stuff that just kind of raise an eyebrow, I go, well, people are a lot weirder than I give them credit for, you know. But
that's true. All right, so let's deviate a bit. Let's deviate a bit from the food genre and get to the meat and potatoes of this conversation. You know, and Miss Davis, thank you for joining us because I feel like a perspective from a woman would be highly, highly beneficial in this conversation. So I was watching. My lady sent me a link to this group of men. I think it's called Hardly Initiated. Shout out to them because they got great points regarding financial literacy. But they're young boys. They're young boys. It is what it is. Brilliant black men. Don't get me twisted. Brilliant black men. They have great points regarding financial literacy. But when it comes to talking about the opposite sex in regards to sexual endeavors or in regards to what they look for in relationships, they have some young-minded perspectives regarding it. And it got me to the point where I started to recognize, MANCOOCHILICIOUS really does connect to young boyism. Like it connects to a certain deficiency of the mind where you relegated to young boy thought. Like, for example, like we having fun about the food talk, but honestly, if we grown, I don't give a fuck how you eat your food. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody gives a fuck how I eat my food, I don't care because I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? It's going in my stomach, so it don't matter. It ain't nothing that nobody can tell me now at 34 years old that's gonna make me rethink how I think about eating, unless it was something like traditional. If I go back to Africa, for example, there's a food called fufu. For those who know, you know. But the food called fufu, you eat with your hands. You don't eat with a utensil. With your hands, and when you eat it, you dip it, you take it as like a piece of flour, it's a piece of coagulated flour. You take it, you get a soup, you dip it out of the soup, and then you swallow it. You don't chew it, you swallow it. If you chew it, an African will laugh at you. Guaranteed. 9 times out of 10, Africans will laugh their ass at you if you chew fufu. Because traditionally, you just swallow it. It's meant to be enjoyed like that. So if it's something tradition, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'll try it for tradition's sake. You know what I'm saying? But not for the sake that you're gonna try to put smut on my name because I'm enjoying food how I choose to enjoy food. That's young bullshit. So it also put me on a place regarding this podcast and many other podcasts and many other platforms. It's like, yo, like you really young-minded. You really worried about the wrong shit when it comes to this shit. For example, the dude was talking about how a lady paid for an all-expense vacation for him to go out with her and enjoy each other to wherever they went. I don't know. He goes out and he's on his phone. Now, albeit he's handling business, right? He's on his emails, he's handling business, and the woman is giving attitude. So he asks, what's wrong? The woman says, I paid all this money to bring you out and you on your phone. Rightfully so. Now, he said that in his mind, he wanted to pull out his debit card and slap the shit out of her, right? And then it went back to And then it went to a trauma loop because he said he felt how he used to feel when his mom used to be like, hey, clean your room, or hey, do this, do that. And then he said to himself, he'll never have another woman talk to him that way. Now, young boy shit, of course you're going to feel like attacked in that way and shit like that. But if we grown, it's a real easy fucking solution to that. You can talk like a grown man and let her know, hey, I was just handling business. I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll put this away. I'm just handling these business calls or these business emails or whatnot, but I understand we here to share time. I'll put it away. Or you could just fucking man up, drop your balls and say, I'm sorry. You know what? My bad. You right. And gonna act about some real shit. Niggas bitches, yo.
But how did she say it to him?
Yeah.
I'm not sure because we only got one perspective. Like it was how he was telling the story. But you're absolutely right about that.
I mean, but she wasn't wrong. I mean, it depends on how she literally delivered it to him. But like, yo, babe, I'm taking care of this real quick, and the rest of the trip, I'm be off my phone. Like that's it. We're not that difficult. I would pay for my dude the whole thing. Like, yo, let's go. But if I say something, respectfully respond like you got some sense. That's it.
Yeah, facts. And the thing too, more context. They weren't in a relationship. It was one of those, hey, I'm gonna pay for you. We going to enjoy ourselves how we enjoy ourselves. They weren't like exclusive.
Oh well, she
in the wrong for that then.
Wait a minute now. And he in the email on the phone taking care of business.
Yeah.
Like she can't. Like y'all not together. You don't own them because you paid for a trip.
Yeah, you should have gave me all that at the beginning, Jeide, because now my perspective
That's a whole
on that
different
is a little different
now.
because
yeah,
I'm understanding of her because she paid for the trip, and yeah, you do want to be mindful and respectful, you know, like because like she took the time to pay for the trip, so you do want to give her like her just due and give her her time and everything. But at the same time, business comes first. Like this is my job, this is my livelihood. So with that said, like I'll be respectful of you, but I'm still gonna handle my business first, and then we could get to pleasure afterwards, you know.
but let me say this. Just have a conversation before we go. Hey, we going away. Like communicate. Like, hey, we going away. I want to spend time, but you can't. She don't control him because she's paying for everything. You can't control his every move. Like, oh, don't touch your phone. Oh. He got kids, a mom. Like, I can't be like, yo, don't. You can't. It's a little sticky.
It is. It is. And also, there's a double standard that I wish to address because there is a popular narrative regarding men. If a man should bring a woman on vacation or if a man should pay for a woman's ticket to go enjoy herself, that the pussy is automatic. That's a popular narrative. So let's talk about it.
Dash.
gonna be mad at me, but I'm gonna say yeah, it is only because of this reason right here. And I don't know. I said only because of this reason right here. Because for me, if you as a man, you taking a woman away, you kind of should already have an idea or not if you can get the panties from her or not, you know, or if y'all gonna have sex. You should already have an idea of kind of how things gonna go. So as a man, if you do decide to take a girl away and she doesn't decide to give you the pussy, you don't have no right to be mad at her, because that's your fault for not reading the cues and the signs right. You know, like you just kind of was on some, yo, I'm feeling her, I'm going to try to do this to win her over or whatever the case may be, and it just didn't work out. For me personally, anytime I've taken a woman away, yeah, I've gotten it, but I also had an idea going into it, you know, like it's a large possibility that it will happen. So it wasn't like I went under there on the expectation of like, yo, you got to do this. You know, it was just already like, it's going to happen because we both feel in the situation. We both, you know, it's mutual.
I feel like it's a lot of miscommunication. People just don't communicate anymore enough. I guess it's more text, and people don't hold conversations like they used to back in the day.
People don't know how to make conversations no more.
I should definitely know if I'm taking some dude away, what's going to go down when we get there, and vice versa. And if a man is taking a woman that he's not sure, but hopeful, it may happen or it may not. But you should definitely know the itinerary when we going away. And you sleeping on the couch, I'm sleeping. We got separate rooms. Like all of that needs to be explained. I'm just saying, like, you know, like all of that need to be broken down. Like, oh, we sleeping in the same bed. Oh, now come on, now you sleep in the same bed. 9 times out of 10, you definitely gonna get some either way.
Right.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying 10 out of 10. Like if we
because if you do something, it depends, because y'all be acting up or flip that. The women do something crazy and then you turn off and you be like,
okay, yeah,
maybe by the end of the trip, but not tonight, buddy. Because you was flirting with that waitress. You flirted with that waitress too much, giving her too much conversation, and now I got an attitude.
See, that's why I don't like. That's why I don't like. You know, like y'all do get offensive over the conversation with the waitress, and sometimes it don't even be that deep. Sometimes, all right. So for I'm gonna give you this situation. I was out on a date. A while ago, but the girl the girl I had as a date, she got extremely pissed at me because she thought I was interacting with the waitress too flirty, and I was just like, yo, like me saying hello and me keeping eye contact with the waitress is not me flirting. That's just me being civil and me just being used to this service of business, and me just, you know, trying to make her job easier because I know how it is from the other side of the spectrum, you know, like, but she wasn't trying to hear that. It was, oh no, like, niggas, y'all ain't shit, you know, and I was just like, yeah.
But that's the thing, she should know, like, you don't seem like that type that would deliberately be flirting across somebody.
Right.
I mean, so people should definitely know. So I went out with Dom, my oldest son's dad. I was pregnant with him. I think I was like 6 months. We went to IHOP because I was craving my pancakes.
Okay.
I ordered my food. I ordered his food. I ordered his food, right? She said, is that all you want? And so I was like, yeah. And she said, is that all you, she kept saying, is that all you want? You want anything else? But she talking to him. I looked up and I was like, that's all we want. So he like, calm down. It's okay. If I ordered your food, why is she still asking, is that all you want? He's like, you pregnant? I will knock her hair off right now. Like, and that's the thing. Like now, it's not. She disrespected me now at this point. Like, no, wait a minute now. No, like now you're just being rude. I ordered his food. I know what he like and what he want. You need to go.
You sound like my ex-girlfriend, because I had a situation real similar to that, but it was more so at like a friend's party. And like I had one of my friends, his girlfriend was asking me if I wanted to play. And my girl at the time, she got bothered by his girl asking me if I wanted to play, because the first time she pulled up, I was like, no, I'm cool. And then she came back around probably like a few minutes later, and she was like, "You sure, D? You sure you're not hungry?" And at that moment, my girl at the time, she was like, "Yeah, he's sure. He pretty sure." Like, and that energy that you're giving me is reminding me really of that situation where I was just like, "Yo, relax."
But were you really cool with, like, were y'all really cool?
Yeah, that was my best man. That was my best friend, his girlfriend. So like me and her, we was cool to an extent. Like I wasn't best friends where I wasn't about to call her up.
I know.
Yeah,
Right.
but I seen her enough times to have a nice rapport with her.
Was she doing it with everybody or just you?
Just me.
Oh no.
That was the issue right there.
If she going around asking everybody, "Hey, you hungry? Let me make you something," that's different.
Mm-hmm.
She coming to you, she kept coming back. Is she being smart?
Well, I don't know if she was being smart because I was a little drunk at the time, but like that was my best friend girlfriend. So for me, it was just like, yo, this the family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but when you drunk, you need to still pay attention.
Blame it.
Because women are something else. You got to pay attention even when you're drunk.
Fact.
Like
Fact.
your girl may have caught that energy, like, he fine. Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't be drinking. Don't be drinking too much.
I want to say something to that. Thank you, Ms. Davis. Thank you, Ms. Davis. I want to say something to that effect because Pretty Rude said the problem is fellas think women need to shrink themselves and obey as they lead, but most of them lost. Listen, to that effect, to that comment, and to what you just said, Ms. Davis, here's the reason why a lot of men fail in their leading. Because they're not mindful. If your woman in a situation and catch more shit than you are, you can't just go ahead and just start like dismissing it and just being like on some passive shit about a lot of the shit that they catching because you too busy having fun. Woman ain't gonna fucking trust you to lead if you too busy having fun while they catching all the cues and shit that's going on.
And you said that at the end of the show we did Sunday. And when I tell you I go back and I listen, I've been cracking up the whole time because y'all crazy. But when you said how your woman don't want you to fail, we see more shit than what y'all see. We see all the shits. And we might not say anything about the other women that be doing slick shit around us, but we see everything. And God made us to be your helpmate. You got to let us help. Men are so busy want to be in control and, she trying to take my manhood. That's not the case all of the time. We can see what y'all can't see, and you just got to be open to it.
I can dig that. Okay, and I definitely agree with that. Like, I definitely agree with that on a large scale. Like, y'all are the eyes to us that we don't get to use too much, and like y'all do pick up a lot of things. But with that said, there are a lot of women, as you said, like that do the reverse, and they use that as a way of manipulation towards the men. So it do make it hard at times as a man to fully. Like, it's hard to fully trust a woman until you really at that stage where you really feel comfortable enough to really give her your all, to be open with her. Like, when you're still on that fence of, do I like her, do I not? Or it's still early, so how much do I really divulge to her? It's hard to really, like, take those P's and Q's all but so much,
What's the time frame?
I don't know. Like, I think it's more like a feel. Like, you kind of know as a couple. Like, I don't think each.
I'm saying? So like after for 1 to 3 months, you trying to figure out if you like her. 6 months, if you're staying or not. Like, what's the time frame?
I think at the 3 months,
or it's just open. Because I'm not going no year talking to nobody. He don't know if you like me.
Yeah. Like, at the 3 months, I think you should have an idea or not if you really want to continue talking to somebody or not. Probably in that 6 to 9 range, y'all making things more solidified, whether that's getting deeper, deciding what this relationship gonna be. At least ideally, I would hope, that's just like I'm kind of giving you my blueprint, like, of how I work with relationships now. But like in that 6 to 9 month range, I am like trying to solidify things. Like, we already kind of established what this gonna be, so now it's kind of just trying to see, like, all right, will this really work? Like, I figure like that's the time where I should really start kind of getting to know your circle, like your friends, your family, those you turn to, kind of get an idea of who you really are outside of me, because that's who I gotta get to know.
Mhm.
Oh, Kia said shit. She said you drunk around her, but don't trust her.
Well, I mean, at the time, this story was from I was a teenager also, so like, but
Okay,
yeah, like, yeah.
respect.
You don't get a pass because you was a teenager.
I mean, why not? You know,
I'm joking.
everybody
I'm
gets
joking. I'm
full.
joking.
You gotta get
I'm
back.
joking.
Why
I'm
don't I
joking.
get a pass?
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
You know
joking.
what I'm saying? I'm just sharing my truth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no! So here's another jewel for everybody that's watching that might not be seeing the comments. This is like after the fact. You're not in the live right now. But Purple said she could have said, "And for you, sir, asking that all you want is giving mild solicitation." You know what I mean? So that's something that I would say as a man myself in my younger days, I might not have caught on to because I would just be like, oh, maybe she's just making sure I'm good. You know what I mean? And listen, let's not negate the fact that men enjoy their egos being stroked. It
Facts.
is what it is. It is what it
Women do too.
I
Women
know.
do too.
We
facts.
know
Facts.
this. We
So
know the ladies like to get their ego stroked, but I mean, when your man get his ego stroked, can he just get his ego stroked sometimes? Because sometimes dudes be shooting their shots at your lady, and like as a dude, you might be passive throughout the situation, just not to make the situation bigger than it need to be. Because, all right, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I'm out on a date with this young lady. This is a couple years ago. I'm Cheesecake Factory. I'm there, and I have this waiter, white guy, and I remember he was like real cool surfer looking dude, like, and he pulled up at the table, and like me and my date, we was dressed to the nines, and she was really beautiful looking, and my man was clearly like enamored by her beauty. So as soon as we got to the table, he was like, "Wow." He was just like, "Oh, I didn't mean to come off like that. Like I didn't mean to be so disrespectful, my man, but she is fucking beautiful." Like as a man, I could have been like, "Yo, dog, like I don't need you to tell my lady she's beautiful." Like I do that, but like I know women like compliments, and as a man, sometimes you kind of gotta just let a situation be what it is. Like she was just getting her ego boost, so it's no real reason for me to feel threatened or offended by anything.
Plus, he actually said, "I didn't mean to be disrespectful,"
right,
but he acknowledged you.
right. He
So
acknowledged,
you jumping off the handle right there would have been like, "Yo, I acknowledge." Like,
right.
I don't mean to be disrespectful,
But
but
he
she's doing.
said it after he said it. Like it was a nice little pause after he said the damn when he said, "Yo, my bad," like, and it was
So
after
he still,
I gave like a little look, like he was like, "Oh, yo, my bad,"
yeah,
you know.
I know, but he did acknowledge you. He could have just
Right.
looked it back at you and be like, "She gorgeous," yeah, like
Hey, and not for nothing, it come with the reality, man. If you have somebody beautiful in your life, that's your lady, that's your man, and they're looker. It just is what it is. You gotta expect that the world acknowledges that too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got
Yeah.
time. This is me personally. I don't have time for me to be all up in arms every time somebody acknowledges that my lady's beautiful. You know, because that's my lady. You know what I'm saying? I'm her man. At the end of the day, we leaving this establishment. You know what I mean?
right.
You can do anything the fuck that you feel like doing. You can go and serve her free dessert. You can give her more attention to her than me. It's all gravy. You just you allowing her to have a better experience with this.
Shit,
And
give
you
us
know
a
what's going
discount.
right?
Give us
And
a
you know
discount.
what?
Thank you.
Right. And you know what? We both gonna laugh at your ass when we leave.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying. But where is that same energy for your boyfriend, Miss Davis? I'm just saying, flip that same energy for your man and let him just
No.
enjoy them flowers. Just indulge in the fact that he getting them compliments, and
No.
then together y'all
Mm-mm.
laugh and y'all take them free
You know
compliments
what?
that the waitress was giving y'all.
Now at 43, honestly, I probably wouldn't. I'm different. Back then, it was disrespectful. She kept saying it. Is that all you want? And I was like, yes. And I just looked up like, she's still here.
He might have looked
I'm here.
hungry. He might have
I
looked
had
like
to
he
look
needed
like,
an extra plate
yo.
of pancakes.
But the thing is this: if he would have said, yo, like you tripping, that'd have been one thing. Because we had our relationship was. He was like, calm down. I said, did you hear? What did she? He was like, she was being smart. Just calm down. And I was like, okay. I wanted to make sure. I make sure I ain't tripping. Like, yo. He was like, no, she was doing too much.
Okay, so he picked up the
So he was
cues.
like, this whole time, you communicate with her. I won't say anything.
Okay, that was smart of him.
She didn't say, oh, he's handsome. I like chocolate men. So, he's a nice dark skin. She didn't give a compliment and I'm like, whatever. She was like, oh, is that all you want? Is that all you want? I'm like, do you want some of this? Pregnant. So,
So Kia said my ex tried to make me throw out my free salad because a man said pretty women don't buy food. I got a story to that, right?
Wait.
Wait, what?
Read that again, Jimmy. Read that
Okay,
again.
I got you. Kia said my ex tried to make me throw out my free salad because a man said pretty women don't buy food. Now, look, a man's pride is easily triggered. A man's pride about his woman is easily triggered. Or even about his date.
I ain't about to trip over a salad, though. Like,
before, and I'll never forget it because it made me feel some type of way. And it was an older lady too, not the date. The older lady who triggered this, or the person who triggered this was an older lady. I was with my date, and we was going to buy some things. And when we got to the cashier, she wanted to pay. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? We already talked about it. It was already understood. Boom. Goes paying. They start clicking. My date and the older lady, they start clicking. And she from Greece, I think. So she come from a traditional, whatever her tradition is, she comes from a certain type of tradition. So she looking at me and giving me the nasty look, the nasty everything, and like real smirky little, snarky shit that she's throwing at me and shit like that. Hey, look, you looking at the book, and you going into the Barnes and Nobles, opening the book on the first page that you get to see, and you reading one line off a paragraph, and you know all about the fucking book. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let you eat that. Because if I let that shit fuck with me, then I'm gonna go broke over some dumb shit. And then outside of that, now the agreement that we had with, the person that I was with at the time, now that shit null and void. Because I let some external factor change what was already agreed upon before we even stepped up in this motherfucker. That right there ain't man. That's not big ball energy. That's straight man coochieism. I had to eat that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking about this man coochieism stuff. So I watched the live the other day after I got out of class. I watched it a couple times and I was like, Jeide's going crazy on there. But I mean, he went crazy. However, I feel like some men have man coochies because of how they feel towards their mom, how they feel towards the women that may have raised them, and their dad not being there. So they have this different total mental idea of, what the woman is at that point. Like you said, you were young at that point, and then you got us together where now you know better. But I think a lot of it is from what people see, how they're raised. If their mom wasn't out here, mom on drugs, didn't really raise them, so they just have this bad feeling towards women. Or some men just want to talk shit about women for whatever reason. So,
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it varies depending on the person and their situation, what they went through. But yeah, I do feel like a large portion is that, like, especially like whether that's the relationship with their mom or maybe a past lover, like, because men, we are more emotional than women.
Thank you for admitting that, because men will not admit that. And it's okay to be in tune with who you are, but just be in tune with be honest with your goddamn self.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Like, men, we hold on to some shit longer than the female will. Like, a man will get hurt in like the 7th grade, hold that heartbreak on all the way up into their 40s, be like, look, I don't trust bitches because last girl I tried to hurt me, and be like 20 some odd years ago, like, and then we'll get on the women and be like, look, they gotta move past this shit. Like, like, yeah, I hurt you, baby, but you gotta move past it. But a lot of that is just like holding that pain on and just not finding a way to let it go, like a healthy way to let it go or express it. Like, sometimes you're dealing with issues you don't even know that you're dealing with until the issue is brought upon, like, and then you just like, oh shit, this is an issue. Like, I know it's been a few times myself personally I've been in relationships, and it might have been something that like my spouse, she might have did to trigger me, or like get a certain reaction that I didn't typically think would get it aroused out of me from a certain situation, and be like, oh, okay, well, this is an issue now. Like I didn't know this was an issue until now I'm sitting here and this is one. Like
You think you've dealt with stuff until something arises and then it comes back. I think as we date different people in different relationships, you build all this insecurity because you feel like you lacked something there, why it didn't work, blah, 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 blah. And it goes on into those other relationships as much as you try to heal from them. But the insecurities is what kind of keep relationships having all them issues and not working out, because just deal with it. And sometimes in a relationship, you and that person have outgrown each other, or it's just not meant for y'all to be together.
Yeah.
Like, I've outgrown you. I'm sorry. Like, we could be cool. Some people don't want to be cool with me, and I'm okay. Like, dang, well, But and vice versa, and that's fine. People gotta do what they gotta do to heal.
Facts.
Facts. So
to that gem right there, Miss Davis, I've been saying this for like maybe the last couple of years, honestly, as far as like me more and more not caring how people look at me regarding my growth. But because of the great way that my life has been changed and transformed over the last several months, honestly, I've really sat in down with, it's not my responsibility anymore for me to uphold myself as some type of way that you used to look at me, just because it allows you to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I used to hold myself to a certain prestige when it came to that, because I did, I was prideful about not changing in regards to loyalty, or not changing in regards to keeping my word and things like that. But when certain things happen to you, hey, that person who you were is dead. That person can no longer exist. You know what I'm saying? Look, I put it like this. There's an ill as, and I'm gonna see if I can try my best to connect this metaphor as far as the death of who you were and the rebirth of who you are to this metaphor and this visual that I sent to my lady. And it was this professor who had a glass of water, and he was talking to his class, and he was like, hey, how much do you think this glass of water weighs? And one girl was like 8 ounces. Another dude was like 10 ounces. Another girl was like 12 ounces. And he was like, it doesn't matter how much this glass weighs. It only matters how long I hold the glass. Because if I hold this glass for a few seconds, I'm cool. If I hold this glass of water for a couple of hours, my arm is going to be kind of If I tried to hold this motherfucker for a day, my arm is going to be so tired that eventually I'm going to drop the glass. And take that as a reminder that, you have to put this down. You have to know when to put this down, because if you try to hold on to these things are only going to weigh you down. You know what I mean? We as humans were meant to be transformative beings. Wait, listen, you're not even the same size as you were when you was a baby. How the fuck can you expect to still have the same ideals, the same mentality as a few years ago? It don't make no sense. And then people like to link, because of certain things that they find regarding how you think or how you move. Those things are temporary. Those things are ephemeral. How I moved several years ago was moving out of a certain place of emotionality that I'm no longer in now. I've lost connections based upon where I am now, and I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that, because where I'm going, there's other connections to be made. There are other connections to be had, and that's the circle of life.
Yeah. And after a relationship is over, you have to mourn.
Yes.
Allow yourself to go through that mourning process of that person not being there. And it's crazy how people jump in our relationships as soon as they're done one. And then you wonder why you got all this weight that you're carrying, and wonder why the next relationship won't work. Like, take time to mourn, or, regroup, build your strength back up. Because, after you're not with whoever anymore, it takes a little bit of a toll.
Yeah.
Facts. Plus, you're a different person than you was prior to that relationship.
Yeah.
Plus, all the baggage you taking from that relationship, you bringing into the new relationship. And now this new person got to deal with all the shit that you didn't unpack in your last relationship, or the shit that that person gave you in that relationship, and as well as the new shit that you're going to develop into, like as you're trying to build this relationship with me and all my shit that I come with, you know. So it just makes things more difficult, more toxic, and you just end up in a situation where you find yourself frustrated or just wondering, like, yo,
Nobody's gonna go into a relationship with no baggage, no nothing.
Right.
well, everybody got
But
their own share of baggage.
but I may meet somebody that they got too much shit now, don't work for me, but it may work for African Butterfly, that it may click with her, and vice versa. So everybody got some shit, but some people have enough shit for me that I feel like, oh, I could take this on. Some people, everybody gonna have something.
Yeah.
That's true. That's part of the finding somebody that you're compatible with too, like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a
and going to be
fact.
tolerant with, and that's going to be tolerant with you as well.
And you may outgrow them.
Yeah. Well, that's life. Like,
You wake up one day and be like, you ugly. You ugly.
you gotta be
It
mindful of that
happens.
because
Well,
people
I don't
pulling
like that.
change
He
every
brushed
day.
his teeth. Yeah, you change. And you be looking like,
Yeah. So some G-World said, or some world said, does loyalty, or she asks, pardon me, does loyalty have an expiration date? Miss Davis, do you believe that loyalty has an expiration date?
it may.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. But when you're dealing with someone, and to me, I'm a person, I'm loyal to the end. We can go through some shit and I'm gonna still be loyal. I'm gonna cut you the fuck out behind the scenes. But in front outside, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But it's like it depends on what's being done. And it's not like, oh, it's conditional love or it's conditional loyalty. But if I'm being so loyal to you and you're still doing things that are bothering me or that's completely disrespectful, that loyal, it start dropping.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
start dropping.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Yeah, for me it is, like it sounds tough, but yeah, it is an expiration date, I guess, because it's all contingent upon my relationship with you. Like, what am I being loyal to at the end of the day? Like yeah, like if we vibing or if I feel like you family, yeah, I got your back. But yeah, that do only go to a certain extent because like if you put me in a position where I feel like, maybe my freedom is at risk by being associated with you, my loyalty is going to dissipate. Like if I feel like Ms. Davis said, you disrespecting me, my loyalty going to dissipate. If I feel like I'm doing more and what I'm giving you isn't being reciprocated, my loyalty is going to dissipate because it's just like, why am I going to continue pouring into somebody? Especially at this age and where I'm at in my life, I got more days behind me than in front of me. I'm not going to keep pouring more into a person that I feel like is pouring into me, So, like, whether that's my time, my energy, even if it's just conversation, like, if I feel like I'm the person who always got to call you and you never call me, that's going to stop. Like, so, like, yeah, it's all
So
contingent upon for me.
it was something on Instagram, and it was like, if you're in a relationship, which one of these are more important? One was loyalty, one was love, one was trust, and it was something else.
For respect.
I think so. And I picked trust,
That's a good one.
because I feel like you're talking, you meeting them, it's built. It should be a friendship there before even a relationship comes. So all of the respect part, you gotta get me on the respect part to even get to a relationship part. Like, it's a building up of it. But if I trust you, once I get that trust and I trust you, I feel like all the other stuff is going to kind of just fall under it. But if I don't trust you, the loyalty don't matter. The respect goes out the window. Like, it's just, I don't know. I picked trust out of all of it. That was just, So like if I trust you I have to trust you as a friend. I have to trust you, you know, at that point it's building. But you're not even gonna get to the relationship if you don't respect me. So that part was like, oh. So
Yeah, like
that was just
I
my
think
take on it. So what do y'all think?
I think I'm more in line with you with the trust, like, cause I'm more so I feel that same way. Like respect, I feel like that's that's something that's gonna happen over time. And if I'm really developing a relationship with you, that should happen. Like we should have a level of respect for each other. Loyalty, like that comes with the relationship. Like if I'm deciding I want to be in a relationship with you, I should be loyal. You know, like for me personally, I don't want to be in a relationship where I feel like I still gotta sneak and creak to get what I desire. You know, but that trust is going to keep me. It's going to keep my insecurities down. Like if I trust you, you know, even those moments where I just feel a little off, it's going to be like, you know what? She built up so
Yeah,
much equity.
she proved on herself.
Yeah, she got so much
Mhm.
equity with me. Like it's hard for me to think that she would do that. Like I at least gotta see the evidence before I just jump to conclusions. Like so, yeah, the trust will be the biggest thing for me. Jetty,
Jetty,
Jetty, I can't hear you.
can you hear you, Jetty?
I'm over here put this shit on mute because there was people over here taking pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but this might be 3 for 3. This might be 3 for 3. Like honestly, trust is high. Trust is high. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean to down any one of them. Loyalty is the lowest on my list, honestly, because I feel like loyalty is a real selfish thing. I ain't gonna hold you. Loyalty to me is selfish, and it also connects itself with things that effortlessly come once, like the true tether of a relationship is established. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna have to think twice about loyalty if you know that you have a bond and a connection with somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of redundant to even bring up loyalty at that point. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
feel you.
as
See,
far
I
as
don't put love at the end for me, though. Like, see, for me, love has got used too freely nowadays. Like, where people just throw that word and don't even really value the meaning that it entails. So, like, for me, I'll put love at the bottom because, like, just even in my own experience, it's been a lot of people that claim to love me, and honestly, I ain't even gonna say they don't love me, but you know, it's been a lot of situations where I had to question that love. You know, so I'll put love at the
And everybody was taught how to love differently.
yeah.
So you may love me, but you love me the way you know how to love. But that don't mean that's enough love for me to stay.
I like that. That's a great way to follow that out. Yeah.
you know what, I'm gonna switch it up. I think I'm gonna put love as my number one. Only because no, I had to think about it. Love is my number one because love umbrellas all that shit. Outside of what somebody might think they're doing when they love me, love is love. So you might think you are loving me. You might think that you have an idea of what love is, but I'm gonna feel it. And when I feel it and I know it, all that shit, the loyalty encompasses it, the trust encompasses it, the respect encompasses it. Because love is a selfless, is a patient thing. There's a lot of things about love that if we're getting down to the bottom of it, it's beyond how you think you're loving. It just is what it is. If you love me or you don't. I don't care about how you say you love me. Because you could say you love me a million times. If you don't love me the way that I feel that you love me, this shit ain't gonna work. But
Mhm.
it should also change the way I look at love because love by itself is an entity that is unchanged. It's a catalyst of, by itself, it's unchanged. It's how we place definitions to it that convolute it.
Mhm.
I don't
But
think love.
the start of it for me, sorry, Dash.
No, go ahead.
Love wouldn't be first for me because when you're starting to build a relationship, it's the trust. You're gonna call me, you're gonna take me out, you're gonna be on time. The things that you say you're gonna do, you're gonna actually follow through and do it. So I can build that trust to get close enough to keep trusting you to love you, to be loyal. And the respect is all kind of intertwined with that. So I guess I'm starting it from the friendship phase starting, not after the relationship start. Because of course, once you're in a relationship, it should be, I guess. All that stuff should be there if you decide that we're going to really do this. But
Right.
from the start, it's definitely trust for me. If I
Yeah,
don't trust you, I don't give a damn if you love me, because I ain't gonna be in no damn relationship with your ass.
I know.
I'm
I feel
not.
like the
Like
love.
that trust thing is. You say you just go to your baby mama house and pick up the kid, then I'll hear from you all day. Like it's certain like certain shit. Like yeah, no, yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree. I
I'm with
agree.
Miss
And
Davis.
I'm not loving your ass that quick. Like it, I've been through enough shit that I know. I'll be like, don't even tell me you love me now. You better get it together. Let's put this stuff in a row. Okay, what do you love exactly? Because you
Um,
don't really know me. Because I'm a crazy ass sometimes. So what do you really love? Like
uh,
break that shit down for me.
that's real. So I want to get back to these comments real quick before we round out because we are at the hour period. Pardon me if I say your name
Are
incorrect.
we?
Yeah, it's kind of flu. I know. We done had some fun though, man. It's usually like this, you know. So thank you once again, Ms. Davis. You know, it's always a blessing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But this comment from I want to say Janu or Jainu. If I'm saying your name incorrectly, please pardon
I can't see the comments.
Yeah, I can't see him either.
me. So it's Jainu,
Okay.
can it, sir? And she said it's a heavy job to be absolutely aware of yourself, and not just when you're sitting alone, but most importantly when you're in situations that require you to be aware of yourself. That's a journey. That's
That's
real.
true. No, I
Junior,
Yeah,
feel
it's
it.
heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy. It's definitely heavy. It's heavy being yourself, and you're right. And people just got to be honest with themselves and what they want, and just love themselves and be able to deal with yourself, all the issues you have within yourself. Love yourself, trust yourself, respect yourself. All of those 4 things they have on that list, you got to feel that way for yourself and do those things for yourself before you could try to put yourself in a relationship. If you don't respect yourself, you don't trust yourself, you know, your loyalty is shot with yourself and your own kids and your own, like, yeah.
yeah,
Find happiness on your own
Self is
before
self is
find
definitely a
happiness.
happy weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Find
you,
it on your own. Find happiness on your own before trying to find it with a mate. Like
yeah, because
bringing a
there's
mate in
always
is only going to
what they
complicate
say.
things.
You point the finger and then that thumb point back at you.
Yeah, because most times, like most times, like whether it's been me like moving too fast, or like when I've been tangled with women that move too fast from past relationships, like the arguments or whatever the bigger started was from self, like insecurities that
Mm-hmm.
whatever was dealing with individually, like whether that was her or me. And it was just like, yo, no, you doing this, you doing this. And it's really, no, I'm doing this, but I'm pointing the finger at you because I don't know how to get this off. Instead of taking the time to kind of fight these demons on my own, I brought you in my world. Now you reaping the downfall of my spiraling.
But a lot of people don't even know that they do that. Dash.
Yeah, I know.
They
Like
think
it's
they think they
common.
dealt with it. They think they
Yeah.
dealt with it, and then it's like boom,
That's why
it's
I say
here.
like sometimes you don't even know until you're in the situations. Like sometimes you don't even know that you're not past it until you present it with a situation where you like, yeah, I'm not past this situation. Like, and then at that moment, that's when you kind of need to address it and be like, all right, let me figure out how I can constructively do this, to make this work. Like, how can I take care of my demons while still being the best version of me, or at least the version of you version of me that you've grown acquainted to knowing, like, so I'm not switching up and you getting like this whole different side of me, like, and I do feel like that's where a lot of relationships kind of go down, like after a while you can't put that face on no more. You can't pretend to be or
Mm-hmm.
display these traits that aren't necessarily who you are or maybe who you were but no longer are anymore,
Mm-hmm.
big, big facts. So yeah, listen, we rounding off at our point. Ms. Davis, once again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for the tools that you have dropped and for your perspective as a woman. But before we're out, tradition time. What's the last thing that you would like to leave on the table regarding this conversation?
for the men that are coochie-licious or whatever it is.
MANCOOCHIES.
Gucci.
Okay, well, whatever. Coochie-licious, licious, whatever. Shoot. Women and men talk shit about each other.
Yeah.
Facts.
You get the fuck on my nerve, Dash. I'm be like, Dash said that shit on the live. You get the fuck on my nerve. Whatever. But
That's okay.
if you talking shit about a woman, just make sure you talking shit about a woman. Don't be talking shit just to talk shit. Somebody did something to you, you're gonna vet and say whatever you gotta say to your homies about this particular person. But don't just be bashing a woman just because you have an issue with one woman. If it's your mama, that one girl that broke your heart, your aunt, your grandma ain't raised you right, she ain't let you go outside, whatever your issues are, deal with that.
Yeah.
Everybody talk about everybody, if it's good or bad. Like, we're human. You know, you make me happy, I'm gonna talk about you. Make me mad, I'm gonna talk about you. You know, but just make sure you have a valid reason to talk shit about somebody. Like that they did something to you. Don't be just like, all these bitches. Like, no. Like, pinpoint the thing that the issue is, and don't talk shit to all your friends about what you're going through. Like, pick them certain people that, you know, and talk shit, and then let it go.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody can't hear your business, and all your friends don't have your best interest for you either.
Because the thing is, then you go back to her.
Yeah. then they look at you with the
They
side eye
like,
like, my nigga.
you told me you want to fuck with that bitch when you back there.
Thought you said you was done with her. Like, you don't remember she did this, and this to you? Like, you're like,
Like, yeah, but I love it. I love it. There you go. Well, all right, well, say what you're going to say. Don't say it too, don't be too raunchy with it, because now sometimes you're going to take her ass back.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
So
Most times that's why you complaining, because you know you're going to take them back. You know, you just got to get that vent off. Like,
and that's okay.
yeah.
Don't
Like
say I'm taking that bitch back. No, when you text her, we leave here tonight.
Yeah.
For real. Dash, how about you, man? What's the last thing you like to leave on the table as far as this conversation is concerned before we wrap up?
Oh, I'm gonna echo Miss Davis' sentiments, and I'm gonna say, well, you know what? Because I watched a video by Tony Robbins the other day. He was pretty much saying the same thing we're saying now. Like, when you feel in a certain type of way, take a minute to yourself to vent, scream, yell, whatever. Then after that minute's going by, you know, breathe, take a deep breath again, and then figure out how you're going to constructively take care of the situation. Don't dwell on it. Don't agitize the situation even further. Just let it be. You know, like, you can't control it. It is what it is, and just move on. And find peace up in the situation. And then, fellas, you know, like, if you really being bothered by a woman like that, you know, like, maybe seek therapy, or maybe just have a conversation with the woman, because 9 times out of 10, either she knows she doing it to you intentionally, and there's a reason why, or maybe she don't. You know, and she just need to figure out where you're coming from and understand, like, your mindset.
Or just leave her the fuck alone. Shit. Yeah. Don't keep talking shit.
Yeah.
You know you can't find nobody better. We all crazy. Like, the fuck? Ain't
But
shit out here.
Crazy pussy be good, though. Like, you know, sometimes that keep you there. Like, I'm speaking real man. Real man stuff. Like, Miss Davis, you don't know a man that gets with a crazy girl too, because like,
I can understand. I'm crazy. I get it. I got you. You'd be surprised. I got you.
Yeah. That might be the baggage that you deal with as a man. You might be like, look, she bad shit crazy, but everything else, check the box.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. With certain people, it clicks, and with certain people, it's too much.
Yeah.
Come on, Jeide, what you got?
I know.
That's a tail end to what the both of you are saying regarding and a pussy. I'll say something that I've seen as a meme that the great late Bob Marley said regarding women and how men should treat them. And this ain't gonna be verbatim, so pardon me, but he said something to the degree of a man should never ignite the love of a woman that he doesn't have the intentions of making his wife, or, you know what I'm saying, doing right by.
I got you.
That right by. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? All this, the narrative regarding, you know what I mean, a lot of where men have their stations on being crazy, women being this, women being that. You know what I'm saying? Once again, young boy shit. Y'all out here chasing pussy, chasing this shit so y'all can get y'all dick, da 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 da. And it's all well and good until it comes down to y'all actually having the conversations and dealing with realities that sit down for a longer period of time than the period of time that you experience an orgasm. So if you get to the point that you know that you want to ignite how a woman feels about you and go deeper and delve deeper into just the orgasm or go beyond just the orgasm, you know what I mean? Don't go trying to find nuts and expect not to run into the trunk of a tree. Let me put it that way.
A lot of people can't handle it though. They really want to be in a relationship with the person, they love them like that, but then when they get too close, they get scared.
Yo, that's been my
And that's both sides. It's not just one sided. Like shit. Wait. You start sabotaging it yourself. Like, damn.
Yo, that's what kind of brings me back to what you said earlier about people just being nervous in a relationship and just like I forgot exactly the quote, and I wish I would have stopped you right there in that moment. But that's real because I actually experienced that a few times. And people be asking for like these relationships, but don't understand what they all entail. Like I know like a few people that be like, yo, like I want this or I want that, and I need this in my life. And when they get it, it's just like they so ill prepared for what they've been asking and praying for all this time. It's just like, well, you've been taking this time to ask for it, like it's here now. Like how aren't you prepared? Yeah. But
because they didn't really deal with themselves. Because you think you're good, and then when you get it, it's like, oh shit, I ain't ready for this. Well, this came too fast. That's why I said be careful what you pray for, because you be like, and then you mess up what God sent you, then guess what? You spend your whole lifetime trying to find that love again.
Yep.
Yeah. Or trying to repair things with that person.
Whatever it is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's too late, like, because, look, once God send that blessing, you know, like, if you decide that you don't want that blessing, don't expect another one to come your way. Like,
I always say, everybody don't get a second, third chance.
Yeah.
So do
you
try to do right the
second,
first
third chance
time
when you get that blessing. And you might not even know you're on the second, third chance.
That's right. But you know what? People don't think that. Yeah. That's the thing. And then when you get that last chance and then they don't find love or whatever, the relationship with their kids not right because you fucked up this last time again. Like
good people don't stay to continue getting hurt. Like after a while, regardless of how good of a person you are, no matter how much you care or love for a person, no matter how loyal you want to be to them, like after a while, like you get tired of not getting your needs met, and if you feel
the shit get old.
You move on. Whether you
that's when that's when that mourning starts. Like my girlfriend was like, "You're going through. Y'all broke up. You gotta give yourself time to mourn." And I was like, "Damn, it is a death." Like like I never would have looked at it like that. But after I looked at it like that, I was able to process it better.
Yep.
Like we could be cool, but I would never take you back like that because that was definitely it's done.
Right.
And I feel like it should be some time before you accept the person to be cool with them again, like and the breakup, depending on how the breakup was. Like especially if it was something like where we had like a real relationship. Like I don't need to be your friend immediately after the breakup. We need some time apart. Like we need to grow apart because all I'm going to do is eventually start turning to you like the way I used to. Then we back in the same cycle we've been in, you know.
No, then you start hating them, and that's when it's bad.
Yeah.
So you gotta let that break be there. So you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well said. So once again, Davis, thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. We appreciate you. Until the next live, in which we'll be blessed to have you. We're sending our love to you. Thank you. Have a blessed evening, Dash. You already know I love you, bruh. Thank you for having a beautiful ass fucking conversation with us. We gonna
shout out T-shirt mercenary.
T-shirt mercenary.
Wear my shirt.
We got you.
Wear my shirt.
It should be on the way soon, Ms. Davis. It should be on the way real soon. Like
Okay.
We'll be back Wednesday, 7 p.m. PVM Talk Show live. Thank y'all all in the comment section for y'all insight, for y'all perspective, for y'all engagement. And we will be back. Until then, peace.
see them, that much appreciate you.
I grew steadily, crafting my own mold.
So what has happened is women have fallen out of trust with the masculine. And because they have fallen out of trust with the masculine, they have become the fucking masculine.
Yep.
And this guy that's in the league, he made the statement, and this is, oh man, it kind of hurt me. He said, I would never date another black woman again. That's what he said. He said, because these white women, they were groomed to be submissive. They were groomed to be feminine, and they were groomed to be this way to their man.